Hi. So I know I briefly touched on this in my last video when I was talking about my friend Trent, but tonight I want to talk about like kind of how one person can make a difference and how it may not be fast or immediate, but how it can accumulate and how you don't have to be a jerk, you don't have to be condemning, you can just be patient and be there and be a good example. So I'm not going to say that one person was solely responsible for the decision I made, but I will say that one person contributed a lot of evidence and a lot of factors that helped influence the decision. Like, it may have taken longer had he not been there. And so, you may have heard me a few times praise people like John Venus, and I don't know how to say Patrick's last name. Would it be Bomian? I don't know. It's funny because he's like a hero to me, but I think he's like Armenian or something. So sometimes it's hard to pronounce things from other countries. I don't know quite how to correctly pronounce his last name. That's why I never say it. But yeah, people like him and John Venus are the kind of people that I like, where they achieve something, they take action, they build themselves into something that people can see and respect, and then they conduct themselves in a manner that people can respect. And I think that makes a lot more impact than, say, flexing your skinny arm with your tongue out and saying it's 20 inches when it's obviously not, and then dissing every health and fitness channel on YouTube and stirring all kinds of controversy so that you can shoot through the roof on subscribers and be a jerk. I mean, I know I shouldn't diss on Vegan Gains because he's like one of us. He's like, obviously he cares about a good cause like all of us, and he's trying to do it his way, and his way did get him lots of subscribers, obviously. Like, I can't think of another vegan channel that has near the subscribers he has. Like, even John Venus only has like 30 something thousand. I haven't even checked Vegan Gains channel in a while. But the last time I did, it was like over 91,000, so he might be over 100 already. I'm totally going to check right now because I'm curious. But my point is that in my own personal experience, the man that influenced me a lot wasn't a jerk. He wasn't ragging on me all the time. He was just silently, yeah, there you go, Vegan Gains, 103,631 subscribers. I knew he was over 100 already. Alright, so, yeah, he, my friend Trent, he was doing his thing, he was eating healthy, he was being vegan, he was planting his garden, he was lifting his weights, he was doing his martial arts, he was just being a good person, and he was being a good friend. Every time we spent time together, we had a lot of fun. We were friends. He was never like, Matt, you suck, you eat meat. He was never like dissing me all the time and going off on me all the time. We just had fun. We were just friends. We we enjoyed our martial arts. We enjoyed our weightlifting. We enjoyed all the many, many things we had in common, our love of animals and whatnot. And it was like over 10 years that he was a vegan and I wasn't a vegan, and we were just friends. There was never condemnation, judging. He was just a good friend. And that's my point, is consistency. What he did do was pay attention. Like, he saw what interested me, what was important to me, because I think one of the things I see here online a lot is this like, you're being selfish, there's so much pain here, and you're just being a total selfish prick. And like logically in black and white, that's correct. But most people in the world are selfish. It's just a fact. And I mean, how many Gandhis are there? How many Mother Teresas are there? That's a very, very rare thing. That's why they're so exceptional. So most people are selfish. So when people are afraid that they're going to get weaker or that their health's going to get jeopardized or any of these things, and you're like, yeah, but these animals are being tortured and suffering, you are correct. It's very, very simple when you look at it logically. This is more important than that. This is the decision they should make. But that's not how human nature works. People are selfish. So you gotta hit them in a way that appeals to more than just their logic. It has to appeal to their selfishness too. So, like, my friend Trent, he's a tall, skinny guy, has an ectomorph type body, and he was leading a good example, but when you're a man that's more of a mesomorph, so things come easier to you, it's hard to look at a person bench pressing 200 pounds and squatting and deadlifting a little under 300 when you can do like around 500 on those lifts and bench well over 300 and think, yeah, let's go vegan, it's going to make me strong. And he knew that. So he slid things my way quietly here and there when he, we were friends a long time. He always heard me talking about Michael Clark Duncan and how much I liked him. I like, that guy's just enormous and strong and humble, and I like the way he acts and I like his nature. And so he sent me that little thing on him talking about switching to vegetarianism back in the day, and that resonated with me because I knew that Bob Pearl was a vegetarian, and that did plant a seed a long, long time ago, because not only was he a bodybuilder, but he was a strong bodybuilder. Some bodybuilders are just all show no go, but this guy could like rip license plates in half and do all kinds of cool stuff. So he was legit. He was strong and big. And when I first came to Maui, one of my really, really good friends, she came out here and visited for about 6 months and lived here. And one of her friends she made during that time was this really smart, cool guy who was a vegan. And when I was talking to him, he told me about Carl Lewis, and that's always been one of my heroes, not only for winning as many gold medals in the 100-meter dash as he did, which I always respected, but because he's the best long jumper ever. Two people in this world have had freak jumps that were way better than all their jumps, and that's the best jump and the second best jump in recorded history. But consistently wise, Carl Lewis, like if you look at like the top 100 long jumps, he's got the most in there of anyone. You look at the top 10 long jumps, he's got the most in there of anyone. I think he has like 6 or 7 of them. He just, he consistently jumped over 27, 28 feet so many times. So that planted another seed. But this was the first time where it really, really resonated when I saw the Michael Clark Duncan video. And I know some people go off, well, yeah, he died 2 years later, but I think that's just like random timing. It had nothing to do with him going vegetarian. A lot of really big people don't live as long as most people, like Andre the Giant, Wilt Chamberlain, like all these people. When big, huge people die faster. But like, you know, you the stereotype is that vegans are scrawny and weak and anemic and whatnot. And my friend wasn't like that, but I saw him working really, really hard and not moving near the weight I did. And obviously that's a body type difference, but it's the human mind's weird. It kind of sees what it wants to see or something. So from my perspective, it wasn't inspiring to me that, oh, you can be real strong on a vegan diet, even though he was being a good example of that. So then later he sent me that video of Patrick, and like he's saying all these things that resonate so much with me about how you should use your strength as a gift to help others and not to bully and hurt others and all this stuff. And at the end, it's like, my strength is my compassion. But when I saw he was a vegan, I'm like, holy cow, because it was obvious watching the video that he was like a legit strong man. And then from there, I looked him up and just started watching all his stuff, and he was a huge influence on me because, like I said, most people are selfish. And besides my martial arts, I think my funnest thing in the world is being strong, and I didn't want to lose that. And so it was encouraging to see that you could still be strong and be on a vegan diet. So my point is, you can be patient, you can be nice, you can connect and hit a person where it actually impacts them. And that will do a whole lot more than if you just go around condemning people and judging people, or trying even simple things like logic. Like, I don't know, people are really stubborn. They don't listen to logic. So anyway, I'm just trying to say, like that quote, the life you live speaks so loudly I can't hear the words you're saying. That's the kind of approach you gotta take. So that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I just hope it gets the wheels in your head spinning, gets you thinking, maybe makes you think about a few things before you take actions, and inspires you maybe to approach things differently. Hope it helps you out.